Welcome, wrestling fans, to the Century Casino here in Edmonton, Alberta. Welcome to PWA Fruition. My name is Big Bad Boris. We have a packed house here in Edmonton, and joining me for match number one is the esteemed one himself, the leader of Team Esteem, Mr. Drew Dalby. And
You're
Drew,
welcome.
Thank you for joining me. We've got a lot going on tonight.
Wow, there's very much one important thing going on tonight, and that is, of course, Andy Anderson becoming the #1 contender for the PWA heavyweight title. But that's something that'll be happening later on in the evening.
A little bit later, we will see him take on Chris Steele. The winner gets a title shot against Dylan Knight at the PWA 12th anniversary show. But here in the ring, we have the master of the lariat, Brandon Van Danielson, taking on Deryck Crosse. And we've seen that lariat take out quite a few people since its inception just a few short weeks ago.
I'm pretty sure that lariat would put pretty much anybody in the Prairie Wrestling Alliance to the mat for longer than 3 seconds, with two notable exceptions, of course, being William Saint and Andy Anderson.
Why am I not surprised that you would say that?
Because you're finally starting to come around to seeing things my way.
I must say, Dr. Kyoto looks quite fashionable with the cowboy hat of BVD on his head.
I don't like Dr. Kyoto. Can I just say that? All the man does is stand at ringside and capitalize on the success of the athlete in the ring.
Huge pescado over the top rope, down to the floor goes BVD. Unbelievable. The aggression and the mean streak of this man is unparalleled.
Well, there's no questioning the talent of BVD, but right there, as you see, Deryck Crosse, not a man to be underestimated. He was competing very gamely, might I add, for the PWA title against Dylan Knight just a few months ago.
So what you're saying is you are annoyed by somebody who would stand at ringside and who would suck the life off of somebody else.
That's exactly what I'm saying. He does
that bothers
nothing.
You, does
he does
okay.
nothing out there. He just stands there. He's practically an accessory. I don't understand it.
Up and over goes Deryck Crosse, and he takes that side headlock. I can see how that would bother you.
Absolutely.
Without a hint of irony, of course.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Up and over the top rope, onto the floor, but not quite.
That's what I'm saying. You, right away, he flips him over, and you're discounting Deryck Crosse, catches himself, great athleticism, back in the game, and now completely in control of young Brandon Van Danielson.
This would be...
Oh, there we go.
There we go. You know what? Let's improve this. I mean, with all due respect, Mr. Dalby, I think the only way we can improve this more is to get rid of that other guy. It already smells better in here.
It's about time that we had a quality broadcast here at PWA Wrestling.
Exactly.
So I'll take over and call the match, and you, being Andy Anderson, one of the finest wrestlers in the world.
Thank you, sir.
Feel free to give your expertise here as we see Deryck Crosse using the ropes, of course, within the count of 5.
Of course.
To slow down Brandon Van Danielson.
Completely legal, and having been in the ring with Mr. BVD, slowing him down is definitely a good idea.
Now, I mentioned earlier, because that other guy, what's his name, Boris?
Sure.
Count there for Deryck Crosse. He was talking about how dangerous that lariat is, and I was saying that I believe that Andy Anderson and William Saint, probably the only 2 members of the PWA that could withstand that lariat.
And this is why you're the brains behind the operation.
See a front face lock here from Deryck Crosse holding down Brandon Van Danielson. BVD, these useless fans trying to cheer him to will him back to his feet. He is back to his feet, but I'm sure they had nothing to do with it.
No.
Really just aggravating Deryck Crosse.
Definitely, and now he's got the upper hand once again.
Nice block there from BVD, but not for long. It's Deryck Crosse capitalizing again. What a shot, right in the jaw.
I can tell you from experience, BVD, very hard jaw. I think he's going to have to hit him more than that.
Now, Deryck Crosse was one of the recent contenders against a man who you'll be facing at the next show here in Edmonton once you beat Chris Steele, of course. Dylan Knight did admirably, but couldn't get the job done. What would you say makes you better than Deryck Crosse?
How much time do we have?
Well, not long here from the way this is going, because I don't think BVD is going to last much longer. But
it's just the strength, the skill, the expertise that I possess. Deryck Crosse, fine physical specimen, but I think when it comes down to it, he just doesn't have that it factor, and more importantly, he doesn't have someone like Drew Dalby in his corner.
That's actually a very key.
Are you still here?
Quiet down over there. Actually, you know what? Look at him. He's so sad, Boris. His face, I think that's a tear in his eye. And you have a big match. I appreciate you coming here, Andy, to save me from the doldrums of Big Bad Boris, but you should probably go get ready for that.
Well, you know what? I can't say enough, but this is why you're the brains behind the operation. And as much as I want to watch this match and see what happens here with BVD, I'll unfortunately give you back to this other guy.
And go wash your ear too. He was wearing that headset.
I think we should just burn this headset.
That's probably a good idea. Are you happy now? You crybaby?
Look, I'm here to do a job, okay? That's
we
what
were
I wanna
doing
do.
it better.
5 minutes going in the match.
That's arguable, but nonetheless, in the ring we have Deryck Crosse firmly in control of Brandon Van Danielson. Nice back elbow, hard elbow to the back of the head. That is. You are confident is not something you guys are lacking going into this big #1 contender match. That's for sure.
Of course not, because one other thing that Team Esteem is never lacking is skill. Andy Anderson is the greatest wrestler. Got to hook the leg. I will say that. You got to hook the leg against a guy like BVD. Andy Anderson is the greatest wrestler in the Prairie Wrestling Alliance. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like Chris Steele is not a talented man. He would never have been a member of Team Esteem in the past were he not a gifted athlete. But we've moved on. Team Esteem, bigger, badder, better than ever. And Andy Anderson will prove that tonight and then prove it again by taking out one of the most dominant champions of the PWA, Dylan Knight. It's not confidence, it's practically fortune telling, and you can take it to the bank.
Well, Miss Cleo, I don't know what I can say about your ability to foresee the future, but that match is coming up later tonight here at PWA Fruition.
Well done with the mid-90s Miss Cleo reference, by the way. That's why you're the most topical guy in wrestling.
I'm very current. Brandon Van Danielson trying to fight out of that chin lock, unable to do so. Nice overhead suplex off the ropes. Beautifully done by BVD, and this might be the spot he needs to turn the tides back in his favor.
The man is built like a spring, short, compact, and when he explodes, the force unbelievable. Deryck Crosse, the much bigger man, hurtled into the air.
Almost effortless.
Kicked him right in the arm.
Off the rope.
It's got to be one of the most effective blocks I've ever seen. See, this is a waste, though. He's going for these shoulder blocks. He had him set up. Where's the lariat? He knows what he's got in that right arm. He should be hitting it.
He may want to beat down his opponent. Nice double underhook suplex again, only a 2.
No, what he's doing, and you see this from some of the members of the PWA roster that are not associated with myself, he's worried more about putting on some sort of show for these people. This is a contest. This is a physical contest, and right there he suffered for his showboating as Deryck Crosse is back in control now.
Chin breaker by Deryck Crosse, tried to take him up into the fireman's carry. Able to shift his way down and hit the back heel kick.
I'll give him credit. It was a good move, but he's got to stay focused and try and win the match. That's how you get paid. That's how you make your money.
Van Danielson calling for that lariat.
Look at that bicep. It's actually a little bit frightening. Smart.
Crosse saw it coming. He's over trying to swing it into a neck breaker. He does so. Beautifully done by Deryck Crosse. There's the cover, too.
Tenacious young man, BVD, but that's what happens. You see that? He's showing the fans. Look at my bicep. Look at the lariat. Here it comes. And, of course, Deryck Crosse is 2 feet away from me. He knows it's coming. He's able to avoid it.
Crosse went for a knee. Nobody home. He went for the lariat. Nobody home. Samoan drop by Crosse. There's the cover again.
I don't believe that he actually is of Samoan heritage.
Well, we have to go on that Who Do You Think You Are television show. Maybe trace the bloodlines.
A young Samoan Crosse from somewhere in his genealogy.
Well, I'm sure his skull is hard like a Samoan's.
It's going to have to be.
Shoved off the rope, and there is the lariat.
It's just such a
all
terrifying
academic
maneuver.
at this point. 2 and 3. Brandon Van Danielson victorious over Deryck Crosse, and the lariat claims another victim.